This is Gurjeet from GS Digital Vision. Today, I'm just taking you a small tour of VLOOKUP family formulas. In the VLOOKUP family formulas, there are four number of formulas. Excel's lookup family, essentially search family formulas, which they aim all at to find specific value in a pile of data and set of rules. Here I'm just giving you breakdown of how to use them from oldest school version to the newest tech version. First, I'll going to discuss the school version, that is we used to use lookup value, the classic version. This was the old school version formula. It can look through a single row or a column, just like based on vector, and find a value in the same position in a second row or column. Best use was for simple one-to-one match and or finding a value in a sorted data, but it must be sorted, otherwise it's going to give you the different old value. But there was catch. It was catch because the data should be ascending order for it to work, and it's a much less flexible than other going to tell you other formulas. The second, the family formulas comes, that is very most famous formula, that is called VLOOKUP, the famous bunch of the formula. It searches from a value on the first column of a table and returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. Best used for data organized in a vertical way. A catch: it can only look from left to right. It can not find something to left to right of your search column. So next lookup family formula is HLOOKUP, the twin sibling of VLOOKUP, but turned on its side. It searches from a value in the top row of a table and returns a value in the same column from the row you specify. Best for data organized in the horizontal rows. And also there is a catch for this one. Like VLOOKUP, it only works on one direction, top to bottom. So most powerful formula which is in demand nowadays. Also there is some limitation for this, but the benefits are far more than negative points for this XLOOKUP formula. Released to replace almost all other formulas. XLOOKUP is the most powerful and flexible to its old formulas, and it does not care to give the directions. It can work left, right, top, bottom. If your data is vertical or horizontal, it can look all the way. Best for everything. It is faster, safer, and easier to read. I don't want to waste your time. Let me take you to the tour of these all lookup family formulas so that you can understand. So this is my Excel sheet. I have created 4 sheets basically to show you the examples on lookup, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. So the lookup is the very old formula, school time formula, and it don't have any dimensions. I mean to say, it can work only bringing the result from the one side. For example, let's suppose I just remove this one. This is the department, name of department. I copy here. Based on the department, I need to get the value of total gross salary. So I use the lookup formula. I let you know there are two types of lookup formulas to get the value, by using the value array and then through the vector value. So one by one, I want to show you how to use both. First, let me find out the lookup value array. So first parameter is lookup value. I want to find the lookup value, this one. My value array is this one. As I told you, this find the value from one way. This is one way formula. Whatever the last column in the range, from there it will fetch the value result and will show in the result. And whenever you commit the formula, you must lock the range so that while you're going down, dragging down the formula, you should not get the wrong answer. So I lock it here, then I lock the range and commit the formula. So let us see first, is it working or not? See here the result. The account department 3, because I told you it get the value from the last column. This video will be a bit longer because in this video I want to demonstrate the four formulas. So follow along with me to get all the information about the formulas. So this is getting the value from the last column. So last column is in the range E. So from the E, it is getting the value. HR department, 8. So it is 8, correct. Then production department, it is 11. So my result is 11. Lastly, store. Store is 15. So it's very nicely, correctly showing the answer there. For example, if I need the value from gross salary, total salary of each department. So what I'll do, I'll just take my range till the last, wherever the last column comes. Up to that, I'll just keep the range. So automatically it will fetch the value from the last column. So let me commit the formula. So and write down the formula, and it is getting the value. First is account department 127,000. Then last store procurement is 359,000. Production department, if you need to see the production department is 302 and 370. It is very correctly shown there. So basically it is getting the value from the last column in the range. For example, if you number of employees in the department, you need to know. Very quickly, I want to show you the example. I just take the range till the wherever I want to get from the result up to here, number of employees, and commit the formula, then it will automatically bring the value. So it is getting the value from the last column. So now I want to go to the next part of the formula. As I told you, there are two types of formulas, the array type and the vector type. And now I want to show you how to use the vector formula. Vector formula will work when you need to get the value in reversal way. For example, I'm just taking names here. These are the names of employee. And based on the names, I want to fetch the value number of employees. This is the dummy data. I just want to show you how to use the formulas. So number of employees from the column number of employees based on the names. So in this case, I will use the vector formula lookup. So lookup value is Amit. So lookup vector is this one. I lock it. Then the lookup result, I want to go reversal backward. Number of employees, I lock it. Then close the formula. I commit then I drag it down. Let us see, is it correctly fetching the result from the table or not? Amit is 25, yeah. Then John is, this John is here, 8, yeah. Mohan is 10, so 10. Sohan is 4. So you have to use the formula according to your need. If let's suppose the backward you need to fetch the value, then you vector lookup based, you have to use the formula. Otherwise, it won't work. So let us move to the second part of lookup family formula, that is VLOOKUP, very widely used VLOOKUP. Mostly data analysts use it very efficiently. But the same way, it has the limitation. It look the value in a vertical way. It don't just go backward as the lookup vector formula getting from the backward column. So in VLOOKUP, as you know, this is my dummy table, name of department, number of employees each department, total salary of the department, and the efficiency. So from here, I want to get the value. Let's suppose I check this name of departments here. Based on name of departments, I want to get the value of number of employees based on account department, to say department. I have to give the table range. If you see the table range, lock it. Then here I have to give the column from where I fetch the value. This column is 1 and 2. The second column, I need to get the value from the second. So I put the value second. Then true or false, I want exact value. Then I put 0, close the formula. Then I drag down to get the value for other searching value, name of department. So account is 3, sales is 4, and store is 25. It is very nicely. Let's go. I don't want to get the value from the second column. I want to get the value from 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth column, efficiency. So efficiency is fourth column. So instead of second, So I need to put there fourth. I have to increase the range, otherwise it won't work. Drag down. So very nicely it is fetching the value. So in this formula, you have to mention the column from where you get the value. You're supposed to fetch the value from the column. So it is based on the requirement. Either you want from first column, second, third, fourth, whatever the column number you will mention there, accordingly fetch the value. Let us move to the H lookup. As by the name H lookup horizontal, it gets the value from the top to bottom. Just like VLOOKUP, it is vertical looking, but H lookup horizontal. For example, here are departments. This is department 1, 2, HR department, production, purchase department, sales. So based on department, I need to get the value, the gross salary or number of employees or efficiency. I have just reversed the order, this table. So for example, H lookup, I want to get the value of account department, table array. This is my table array. I lock it here. Then I want the value, let's suppose in hard coded, I want the value of third column, third row, sorry. Then I exactly the same thing. I lock it. 1, 2, 3. So you have to give the range. So this is the answer for your row number 3. So for example, if I want row number 2, so it will give the number of employees in department. So you can drag the formula so that you can fetch the value. So basically H lookup get the value from top to bottom, from the row, whatever you are mentioning here, the number of row, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever the row, based on that value, it get you the result, and only it will work on the horizontal data, horizontal lookup. It won't go the vertical. If you want to go vertical, then use the VLOOKUP. If you want to go horizontal, then use the H lookup. So this is the drawback of this formula. Let us go to the most demanding, most efficient formula, which is department. Then I look up the value, looking array. This is my looking array. Actually, looking value. Looking value is here. Lookup array. So my lookup array is here. Lock it. Then return array. My return array from this column. Lock it. I close the formula. Get the value. So sales department is 4 here. So I drag down here. You will get the result. Production department showing 11. This is production department 11. If I purchase department, this one 2, then purchase department is 2. So it is working. Let's suppose little bit do the thing reversal way. If my data is like this, I take the value from here, name, then I insert this one, insert, then I based on the name, I want to get the value reversal value. Instead of forward, I want backward the number of employees. So X lookup, what is my lookup value is this one. Then lookup array. This is my lookup array. I lock it here. Then return array from here. My return array is here. I lock it here. From lock it, then I get the from backward. This is reversal. Look up. So Sohan is 25 exactly. Mohan is 4, 4. Meet is 10, 10. John is 8. Amit is 3. So if this is the backward, let us use this formula for horizontal. This is our vertical, now horizontal. Same formula. Let us see X lookup is working on horizontal or not. My looking value is account department. I then my lookup value ray. This one X lookup. X lookup looking value is this one. Then I want to get the lookup array. Lookup array is this one. I lock it here. Then return array is gross salary. I lock it here. Then commit the formula. So from account department, looking array 123. If I drag it, then accordingly I fetch the value.